Hello, welcome back to my channel, Training with Trisha. So today I'm going to give you some tips in training your parliamentary procedure or your conduct of chapter meetings, CDE, LDE team. In case you don't know, my name is Trisha and I taught agriculture education for the first half of my career. And the second half of my career, I have actually been in science. So I created this page a long time ago for teaching online when we were in COVID. But I recently have opened up a teacher pay teacher store, and I have gotten a lot of great feedback and people wanting to know more and asking me lots of questions about how I trained my career development event teams, my leadership development teams. And so I thought I would try my hand at some long form content here on YouTube using this channel a little bit more. So you'll find that I'm posting shorts pretty much every day because I post them on Instagram, but I'm going to try my best. I set a goal to make 12 videos this year, so once a month, hopefully I'll be popping on here and sharing with you some things about just how I ran my agriculture program whenever I was a teacher, how I helped other teachers, and now how I run my science classroom. So just some tips and tricks, some things that I've definitely learned not to do. But with that being said, I know I talked a little bit last month. I was super nervous last month too to even do this video. Not quite out of the woods with that yet. Still nervous, but I think what I'll do is every other month I will do teacher pay teacher talk, and every other month I'll give a tip. And who knows, maybe I'll get more regular and start posting videos once a week. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so here's some things that I wrote down. I love the number 3, so here are some 3 tips, main tips, whenever you are training a parliamentary procedure. This has got to go. Team or conduct of chapter meetings team. Okay, so first, oh well, she's gonna stay down. Okay, so here's my 3 tips. Number 1, make a schedule. Number 2, be in the room. And 3, video. Okay, so number 1, make a schedule. I mean, I'm a almost 40-year-old and I have to plan out things and make a schedule. So definitely high school and middle school students need a schedule. So for me as an ag teacher, I would always sit down and map out the days that work best for me first. So what days work best for me as an ag teacher that I could actually stay after school for about an hour and have practice with my parliamentary procedure or conduct team. So I would look at my schedule first. Before any students asked, before parents asked, I would plan out when I could have practice. If they can't come because of softball or basketball or football or whatever, then maybe they can't be on the team, because it really takes a commitment to be on a parliamentary procedure team. Like, every single student has to be there, has to be at practice every single time you have practice. And I'm not saying that you can't involve those students, because I played softball in high school. I played basketball. I was in chorus and French club. I did all the things, but I was mainly in FFA, and when I had practice, I knew that I had to be there. And that's the thing with Parley Pro. Like, with any other team, you don't have to have every single student there all the time. But with parliamentary procedure or conduct, you literally have to have all your students there at one time to have practice and to be successful. So make a schedule. Then, as you're delivering this schedule to your students, you need to sit down with them and actually give them the guidelines. I would have my first practice with my students, and we would have the guidelines and we would read them together, so everybody understood what was expected of them. Then we wrote down the dates of all the practices. So for me, I'd have practices like Tuesdays and Thursdays until 5 o'clock. So everyone knew practice was Tuesdays and Thursdays until 5 o'clock. Also, with making a schedule, I would start early in the school year. If you know that LDE is in November, you need to start in August. If you know that LDE is in February, I would start in October. It takes a while to train a parliamentary procedure team. It's like learning a new language that they can only speak to each other, and you need to start in advance. You need to start ahead of time. Also, I used to teach parliamentary procedure in my basic ag class. So between when we came back from Thanksgiving until Christmas, I taught parliamentary procedure in my basic ag. We had cards, we did main motions, we did all the motions. Everyone that wanted extra credit got a chance to be the chairperson. If not, I was the chairperson. We watched videos, they took some of the quizzes. Like, we basically had parliamentary procedure practice in my basic ag class during that short, crazy time of year. And it worked so beautifully. I got so many students that never knew they were good at parliamentary procedure convinced that they could be a leader. So that's another little side tip for you. So another thing about the schedule, seven students is far better than 6, because someone may get sick or drop out or have a death in the family. Something may happen to you. So have an extra person on your team that comes to practice. Also, now we're in the way of technology. So use Remind to send out reminders for when you're going to have practice. Set up a Google Classroom. Have them be in there so they can see the schedule all the time. Everyone knows the schedule. Their parents can see it. So there's no question of when you have practice. So scheduling is number 1. And have them understand whenever they're there at that first practice that it takes everyone to do this contest. All right, tip number 2, be in the room. Be in the room. I used to tell my students this all the time, and it's more important now than ever because of cell phones, social media, and everything that's going on in the world around you. You need to be present in the room. This goes for lots of things that my main philosophy in life, I guess, but be in the room. You need to pour into those students while you're an ag teacher. And they need to pour into you. They need to pour into each other. Like, it doesn't work unless everyone is there. Everyone is present there in the room. With that being said, you need to have students be active in their practice. Don't just have them come in, sit down, and take a test, and that's it. They're not going to like practice. They're not going to want to come. So have practice be fun. Make some of the main motions really fun that they can discuss. Something that's going on right there, like in your community maybe, or at school. That's kind of a hot topic. Have snacks sometimes. You don't have to feed them every time. That would be expensive. But have snacks. Maybe have some guests come in that are like other students that have done parliamentary procedure before and give them some tips. Have some community people come in and be in the room with them and give them some feedback. Actually see them perform and be active in practice. So actually have them get up, read main motions, second main motions, debate on things, and give them good feedback. Be positive, especially at the beginning. They need a lot of love at the beginning. How much, that they have done since the very beginning till wherever you are. How much they've improved, things that they can work on, but things that they've done really well. Because standing up in front of people is not always fun and it's not always easy. Also, with being in the room, make sure that your practices are engaging. Like I said, have some new material for them to work with. One of the things that I love that has done really well in my Teacher Pay Teacher store is my Parliamentary Procedure and Conduct of Chapter Meetings materials. And I bundled it all together for you. If I can figure out how to link things below, I'll try to do that. So look for that maybe in the description below. You can click on that and go check it out. But have something different and fun. Like I have a game in there that they can play, an around the room, sorting cards, flashcards. All those things can help bring some variety to practice and help them see the main motion in a different way and help them see the required motions in a different way. So just having variety at your practice helps them to be present in the room. Last tip, video. It is so beneficial. So beneficial. It almost lights up like a light bulb inside of them when they can see it. Oh, that's what you want us to do? There's tons of YouTube videos online. You can go online and watch. Now, they're not all good, but you can watch them and say, oh, that's what a parliamentary procedure team does. That's what a conduct team does. We can do that. And tell them, like, they're your age. Just because they have a video on YouTube doesn't mean they're not your age. So watch videos. Video your team as well and show them, especially after they've been practicing for about a month. Say, hey, today we're going to do a little video. Let's just see. You don't have to video them for the whole time, but video them and let them watch themselves and actually go through the scorecard while they're watching the video and be like, oh, I did not do that well. Oh, I did that really well. Or she twitches and like says every time. We need to talk about that, you know? So things like that you would not see unless you used video. So my main tips, if you're starting out or if you're not starting out, just some things to keep in mind. Make a schedule. Stick to the schedule. Try not to cancel. Try to make sure everybody knows the schedule and the value of the schedule. 2, be in the room. When it's time to have Parley Pro practice, have Parley Pro practice. Don't try to run a plant sale at the same time as Parley Pro practice. Now, I will say, I used to do lots of things at one time. And you can get away with that every once in a while. But try to be actively in the room when it's time to be in the room. You'll see success that way. 3, video. Watch video, critique video, and watch video of yourself and critique video of yourself. So those are my 3 tips. Hopefully that helps you and your team. And like I said, I'll try to link some things in the description below, but I'm very new at YouTube and I'm very new at technology. So if it doesn't work, I might try to do it in the comments or something. So, okay. Hopefully this helps.